It looks like they're going to do some sort of inner push here, perhaps. They might drop down pop. We'll see. We're moving across to Markelov, who has got the AWP. This is what we want to see. How is Markelov going to control this game with that AWP, which is so vital on Train, especially as CT. And you can see that CRG have gone for this fast push on inner. Zeus is going to get one, going to get two, can't get a third. Ben's going to take him down. And Red Snake is trying to put down some smoke so they can maybe get this plant, but Na'Vi, of course, have rotated. They're savvy to what's going on. Great spray there from C9 down at distance. And you've got Drone just kind of trying to loop around, come behind. The bomb has been planted. There's another team kill. Every time we cast a game, there's some horrific, embarrassing team kill. And that's more like the true level I think we're going to see from CRG in this game throughout.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Na'Vi turns this around completely and we get to see a 12-3 score this half. I mean, especially Na'Vi, CT, Train.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. I think it's going to be one of those moments where that initial boost of confidence that the UK players have from winning the pistol, they're going to get quickly bumped back down to earth over the next 3-4 rounds when they perhaps comprehensively get out aimed and indeed, it's not even necessarily the players they need to worry about. It's just the inherent biased nature of the map. You have to be very well drilled as terrorists to do anything on Train, let alone when you're facing experienced players that know the angles and know how to shoot you down. But while I'm saying that, Red Snake gets an entry frag. He's playing particularly well, but Zeus is going to get another cheeky double on this inner Train bomb site. So he's getting nice and settled. Markelov on the rotate from spawn. He's going to take down Spuds. The Ben with the 3, moving in for the plant. Not going to get it, though. Starix is going to eradicate him. So Drone, the last man standing, had that embarrassing team kill last round. Going for a bit of the old bait factor this round.
He's going on to Senya right now.
And he's heading, he's playing right into their hands. Oh, no, he's read that well. He is going to get that AK headshot. So that's one down, but Markelov waiting with the AWP. That's not a crosshair you want to walk into. And that is going to make it 3 rounds to 2. So it's panning out pretty much as expected. I think we're going to have an eco here. So I'll talk to you about the Na'Vi setup on Train. Now, obviously, I know the map is very different to 1.6. You know, there's different areas, different boxes. Ivy's completely different in how it's set up. It's a lot more similar to the source map. Have you noticed anything about the way that Na'Vi have set up that you find maybe surprising or interesting?
Well, actually not. It looks like they're playing, like Warclown said earlier, like 1.6 style and source style. You have one guy going aggressive on the lower inner bomb site and the rest of them going outside, and you just have an AWP, Markelov, now just being backup in the connector area.
And again, AWPing is so vitally important on this map, not just because of the way it's laid out distance-wise, but if you as T have an aggressive AWPer that can push out of main, control the frag, shut down the rival AWPer, it allows you to get better map position. And you'll notice that CRG are playing 5 AKs, which I don't think is going to be particularly the right way to play this. But again, they've managed to get a trade, so they're going to push into this inner bomb site. When just waiting for Auto Director to catch up there. We'll get that back on. And yeah, they've managed to get another plant here. So as expected, the terrorists having a lot of joy on this inner bomb site. But of course, this is a very easy one, rotate-wise, to get. No, that's a great couple of kills from Drone, as I say that, though. 2 absolutely brilliant headshots. He's really put his team into this. He might be able to clutch it against Markelov. He's got to just maintain his composure. He is going to do it, and that's absolutely huge individual play from the UK minnows again. Drone there with a great 3-man. That's something he's going to insist on having a clip made out of.
Yeah, great play there from CRG overall. I mean, they did the absolutely right thing versus Na'Vi. They went for a fast inner push, just rushing down low, no fear. Even if they're flashed, they know they have to get down on the bomb site before Markelov is able to back up.
I mean, do you think that's why maybe they're playing with 5 AKs? Because they don't want to get involved in a duel with Markelov. What they're looking to do is just fast push places, get smokes down, and then force him to come to them.
Yeah, exactly. I actually think the smokes are more important versus an AWP than having an AWP themselves, since the CT is obviously going to be first in the angle, if you know what I mean.
And you saw there we had C9 pushed into that spot as he ran out aside and managed to hide behind that smoke. Does get a kill. Zeus is going to weigh in with a nade kill, and there's the danger man from last round. Drone just having a look around while Reason And Ben get taken out of this round. And last man standing again. Does manage to get a cheeky little headshot there. Still a 1v3 situation. And Markelov just going to peek, and he makes the AWPing look so easy. And that's going to make it 4 rounds to 4. But still, a very good haul for CRG to have 4 rounds. Perhaps many people wouldn't have predicted them to get even that.
Yeah, however, I think they're super low on money right now. I think they're down to $1,400. So, like, winning a 1v1 situation can sometimes backfire, actually. And you like losing the next round means you have 0 money and you have basically are forced to 2 ecos.
Yeah. Well, you can see we've got another eco coming in, so I'm just going to ask you a question about Markelov's AWPing. A lot of people, we had this discussion. Well, I say we, I guess the CSGO community had this discussion about where he's going to measure up in terms of great AWP, because as you said, fantastic AWP, and no one can deny his 1.6 pedigree. There seemed to be a large discussion about who was better, Markelov or Kenny S. It's got to be Markelov, hasn't it?
Well, of course, I'm going to say Markelov coming from the 1.6 scene.
I'm going to say it as well, though. I mean,
yeah.
I don't think Kenny S has done enough to be mentioned in the.
But it's actually not fair for me to judge him, because I didn't actually watch Kenny S in. I only watched him in CSGO, not in CS Source.
Well, Markelov's looking pretty goddamn good here. I got to say, he's impressed me so far with his AWPing. And what's interesting is you'll see now that CRG have picked up an AWP of their own. Ben with a 3, who is an AWPer primarily. For those that don't know that, he's going to come in and perhaps he's going to try and go head-to-head with the big Ukrainian. That's going to be an interesting duel. You can see at the moment we've got Zeus just lurking behind that train with smoke in hand. And what CRG are trying to do now is they're trying to just feel out other areas of the map where they can have some joy. They know they can get to inner pretty much any time they want. That's the inherent nature of the map. That's the one area T's have the advantage. But it's quite a hard bomb site to hold. Starix and Drone are just trading at main, just trading, and you can see that there's a lot of terrorists at side. Na'Vi dealing with it. Ben trying to do some pixel peeking. So this is crucial.
Yeah, they're just trying to get an early pick right now. I mean, just feeling Na'Vi out. I don't know if that's the right decision, though, on train, since it lets Na'Vi go out on yard, go up in the towers, and get into really good position.
I don't know if it's the right decision against Na'Vi, because chances are you're going to get out aimed. You can see that they're pushing, and C9's got 2 kills there. Again, make it look easy, but Red Snake, he's having a great game. It's got to be said, like, he's been the most consistent CRG player. Answers back with 2 shots of his own, and all of a sudden, Markelov's the last man standing. CRG acquitting themselves very well, but what an awesome flick shot there from Markelov to make it a 1v1. Ben trying to trade out for the AK, doesn't fancy the AWP duel, got 13 seconds, needs to plant this bomb. You can see where Markelov is in the map. He's going to allow him a plant. He's going to fancy his chances to make this clutch. So it's all about positioning now. Ben has to use the geography of this map to try and shoot Markelov out. And of course, Markelov has got the advantage. He's got the AWP, I think. And of course, Red Snake's still alive as well. So this will be a 1v3. I didn't even notice he was still alive because he had 10 HP. And Markelov has taken him out. So it's a 1v1 situation. We're either going to see something special from Markelov or the moment of truth from Ben. Again, something that he'll be able to talk about. He's doing the right thing here. He's just wasting time. Knows he can't beat him in a 1v1. He's wasted so much time. He is going to effectively clutch around for him. Smart play from Ben. It just goes to show you don't always need to out-aim somebody to out-brain them. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I really don't like Markelov's decision to go back there, letting them plant the bomb. As you said, he basically just didn't have the time to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, it's got to be said, though, like, perhaps he wasn't aware of, just where they were positionally. I don't know if he saw that Ben had the bomb or not when they were doing that exchange, but it is one of the, at the end of the day, it's one of those things that have let CRG back into this game. 5 rounds, I think, is 5-5. This is good for CRG. As terrorists, 5 rounds is a great return.
Yeah, absolutely. They can basically lose all of the next round, and still it's a decent T-half on train, I would say.
And just while we're in this round, which again, it's another full buy, we've got 5 AKs for CRG. Let's have a quick look at the frag charts just to see who's hot and who's not. Markelov at the top of the frag charts with 12 kills and 4 deaths. And you can see Drone top with 9 kills and 8 deaths. But like I say, it's Red Snake that's really stood out for me. Been playing consistently well. You can see that Zeus is quite low. So he's lost a lot of health in the initial exchanges. Reason's going to get a pick there on but Edward and C9 are going to answer back to give Na'Vi that advantage. You can see Edward spamming away, but just having no joy, and in the end, Drone just turns around and rips his head clean off his shoulders. So 3-on-3 with a definite health advantage going the way of CRG, but C9, he's going to get another kill, so he's on a double. Zeus is going to weigh in now, so they're all having a piece of the action. Drone's going to get one bullet headshot. I don't think he's aware that C9's there, and that's what C9 does best. He's just really outbrained him again and just lurked in that corner and allowed him to think that he wasn't there. And that's going to make it 6 rounds to 5 for Na'Vi. I think we've got an eco incoming for CRG, so...
Yeah, as I said earlier, winning a 1v1 situation can backfire.
Yeah.
As now they will have... I mean, they can have one eco and have like low AK without armor by, but... I don't know, I think they will go for the double eco and take one of the few last rounds.
Well, let's talk tactically just while we got this ridiculous spray down going on. That's pretty much ended the round before it begins. I mean, have you been impressed at all with CRG? Is there anything you think they should be doing more of? Do you think they're doing anything right? Or is this Na'Vi playing bad? What's your take on what's happening?
I think Na'Vi's playing pretty bad, but still CRG, they're playing like a decent team, I would say. I mean, they have good strats, doing some good calls, like going inside there, pushing Markelov's up. If they take 1 or 2 more rounds this half, they actually have a really good chance of winning this game.
So, yeah, you're right. Again, though, they have gone for this double eco. You can see Zeus is happy to gobble up those kills. Red Snake's going to get the kill onto him, and he's going to pick up his AK. In the meantime, the delay from Drone, who seems to just be kind of backstabbing. He always seems to be doing his own thing for the team. He has been taken down by, I think it was Starix, who came out of main. And in the end, that eco's not really come to anything. I do find it interesting. I don't know if it's a tactic they've got where they're trying to leave one player behind to get wraparound frags, or whether it is just Drone doing his own thing and not really going with the team. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, it's very hard to tell, especially after one half like this. But I still think like you should have one guy going last anyway. So
yeah, I agree with you. Okay, so we've now seen Spuds has picked up an AWP CRG as well. So we'll see if that comes into play at some point in the round. I'm sure it will do. And it looks like we've got some sort of fast push going on. They're dropping down Pop for CRG. They're just going for it, smoking it off. They are really bombing it here. This is very, very aggressive. And Zeus is, well, he's just waiting there with the nade in his hand. And while that happens, you can see Reason and Drone have got 2 entry picks. I don't think an RV knew that they were going to actually be this bold. And it's incredible play from CRG to just no fear it like that. And they've got a very easy plan. They're in pole position here. It's a 4v2 situation. And all of a sudden, it's a 2v2 situation. Markelov with the AWP again. And Zeus, who I've got to say has been hugely impressive at holding that in a bomb site. And great on the rotate. All of a sudden, it's now a 2v1 situation. It's all on Reason.
Yeah, and I think he might be able to clutch this round. I mean, he's up in the sniper deck.
Oh, it's a great headshot there. Markelov knows he can get on this defuse, though. And he's using the terrain to his advantage. He's got it as well. And in the end, Reason just left himself with too much to do, too much ground to cover. And perhaps that was a very bad plant in terms of where he was positionally.
Yeah, I'm not even sure. Can you spam through that like edge from the CT tower?
I don't think you can. I think it's like one of those weird things. Like it looks like it should clip, but the bullets don't actually go through.
Okay. Yeah, then it's a pretty weird decision staying in that CT tower then.
Well, you can see we've got another pretty weird decision. Zeus has bought an auto sniper.
I actually seen this in the inner bomb site.
Existence has done that as well.
Yeah, and Get Right usually uses it as well.
Crazy, but Reason, he hasn't been perturbed by that round again. CRG going very aggressive onto this A bomb site, and he's managed to get 2 kills. It's a 3v2 situation, make that now a 3v1 situation. Ben with the AWP, going to try and work some magic if he can. But well, it's not really happening for him at the moment. It's far from magic. He's just getting naded, spammed, and not been able to make a kill. And in the end, it is C9 that gets the headshot. So it's a 10-5 half. I think 5 rounds is encouraging for CRG. I don't think any of us are really expecting CRG to, do anything. But they've already put in the kind of showing that, you would expect from a team that's better on paper.
Yeah, I agree, even though I feel like they felt like they could get a few more rounds.
certainly when it was at 5-5,
Yeah.
I felt that was the opportunity where realistically they could have perhaps pushed on and with some smarter play. But again, you've got to understand how much it means to players like CRG to even be playing against legends like Na'Vi. You cannot underestimate that factor. What they're doing is, I mean, they're literally... they're using that aura to their advantage because it gives you that adrenaline rush, that rush of blood to the head, and all of a sudden you don't make rational decisions anymore.
Yeah, that's true. It's just they miss the experience that Navi has.
Exactly.
And you could see that when they lost that 4v2 situation. I think they were just nervous.
So, vitally important pistol round. Na'Vi get first blood in it, and this is live, so you can see that Spuds has been taken down. Red Snake's going to be the guy holding inner, and I think that's a good choice tactically. He's definitely the one guy I would want to be shutting out any rushes. He seems to be the guy that can make the 2-3 kills when required.
Yeah, it seems like they're going to do an inner fake here, if I'm not right.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I mean, yeah, they're going for flashes and smokes, but what are they going to do next? You see, you're right, the bomber hasn't committed to either site, so they are sending 2 down like on a little scouting party. Starix is going to get taken down there by Red Snake, who is bossing it quite well. And Drone is going to kill Edwards. So this split kind of push here to try and take one bomb site and then bring the bomber to it hasn't really worked out for them. But the bomb is going to be planted on A. C9 is just running around the trains at the moment, just spamming all the corners, making sure there's no one lurking. You can see Zeus from distance rocking out with his Glock out. He's going to get a kill. And all of a sudden it's a 2v3 situation now, and they made that a 3v1 situation now in favour of Na'Vi. It's all going to be a bit too easy for them in the end, but it looked close at one point. It is Na'Vi who are going to bring home the pistol to make it 11-5, and I think from here we're probably going to see a whitewash.
Yeah, I think the round was over when they got the bomb down on yard. It's not impossible, but almost impossible to retake that site if you have even numbers in players. Especially on the pistol round, the T can just... go up and down the ladders, just peeking, is seeing if you're full defusing all the time, and it's basically nothing you can do about it.
Well, that leaves CRG with a real uphill struggle, even though they have got the CT half to look forward to. If they lose the rounds you would expect them to lose, that'd make it 13-5. So they've got a massive uphill struggle, and again, no one's really expecting anything from them. They messaged me, actually, as soon as the groups were announced, and it just said thank you for the group, and then they went offline. So I don't think they were overly happy. It wasn't malicious.
Yeah, kind of a hard group, but I mean, it's what can you do about it? If you are one of the lesser team going to an event, the seeding is going to do its job. You're going to go in the hardest group.
I mean, personally, if I was those guys, I'd be psyched about playing Na'Vi ESC gaming, because it's probably, I mean, realistically, it's probably the only time they're going to do it. I mean, certainly, I don't know where they'll all be in a year. I mean, there's talk about some of them quitting to play LOL if this team doesn't work out. So, you know, I mean, it might be the only chance they get, and it'll be a great memory for them when they do finally quit playing. So, you know, I mean, I'd be quite happy about it. You want to play against the best players when you're competing and see how you measure up against them. And so far, to be fair, CRG have had their moments. They haven't measured up too bad. But Na'Vi at the moment, that was a great double kill from Edwards. Na'Vi is certainly starting to find their stride, and this does look like a bit of a workout for them, like nothing too drastic.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as you said earlier, it's really important for teams like CRG to be able to play these better teams, to learn from their mistakes. I mean, being in a lesser group, maybe going out after like maybe a 15-15 or something, they will learn so much more from being in this group.
Well, there's still hope for them yet, I think. I haven't had a chance to check out all the results with all the wonderful other things that have been going on at the event. But while this eco is just going ahead, we'll be able to have a look at the frag charts very soon. A nice little double for Zeus. And it's a bit of a mix-up they've got at the moment. Some SMGs, a Galil, an AWP. Na'Vi not too concerned, and you can see that's a 5v3, this eco not really working out. Red Snake's played that really well, apart from the fact he hadn't factored in Starix would be just waiting. So Starix and Edwards picking some kills. Drone again, not for the first time, last man standing, and far away from the rest of his team. It's 13-5. So okay, we've got a buy round coming in. Bjorn, how do you think CRG are going to play this now? It looks like we've got a double AWP setup.
I really think CRG needs to win like first of all they need to connect like 4 or 5 rings straight in a row. Plus they must win like 2 or 3 rows flawlessly to get back in this game. Even then it will be quite hard, so they have a lot of pressure on them right now.
Absolutely, there's no doubt about that. It's pressure, but anything's possible. So the double upset's very interesting on Train. I think it's one of the maps where it's viable, but not if you're going up against Markelov and he does things like that. So 1 up neutralized, and Markelov looking really, really sharp. I think he's starting to look a lot like his old 1.6
yeah,
self.
absolutely, and it looks so easy.
I know, and we all know how difficult it is to AWP in CSGO.
Yeah.
Like, it is not easy at all. There's something fundamentally not right with it at the moment.
Yeah.
I can't quite put my finger on it, but the delay. But again, Markelov there just didn't seem to be suffering from that. You know, again, just makes it look effortless. But it is a 4v4 situation now. Na'Vi just playing it slow. They don't want to do anything stupid. I'm sure they're not going to be worried by their opponents, but they're certainly not going to do anything to make it harder for themselves. So they are just feeling out where they might be. You can see C9's pushing into the inner bomb site now. He is going to get a kill and a plant. So the rest of Na'Vi are going to rotate round.
I think it's actually in favor of the CRG anyways. I mean, it's so easy to retake this bomb site if there's no smokes.
Well, I agree with you. When you're playing normal players, it should be quite an easy retake for them. But this is, of course, Na'Vi, and it's going to be preying on their minds. But they're doing a good job so far. They've made it a 3v1 situation. Edward's going to make it a 3v2 situation. Ben needs to hit this shot and does. That is going to enable his chum to get on the defuse, and they're up and running in this CT half. So that was that double AWP setup in the end did work out for them.
Yeah, great job from CRG. But still, as I said last round, now that they lost 3 players, basically if they lose this round, they basically lose the game because they will reset their bombing system. So they have to string these rounds together, and they have to build economy. Winning a round, losing 3 guys, you're not building economy, you're just going plus, like even out, like.
Battle reasons, but I don't know, what have we got here? We got M4s and we got pharmacies. Well, that's happening. Na'Vi have just absolutely annihilated them. They just ran through some smokes, very similar to what CRG themselves did in a previous round, and it's just played havoc with them. But in the end, it's Red Snake trying to claw his way back into this game with 2 very nice kills. But the bomb is down, it's ticking away. Do not see how they can get back into it from this point, especially with Spuds being very low. Only got 20 HP, and there you go. 1 nade will do it. Just drop will do you. So there you go, 14-6. Things not looking very good for CRG, and like you said, this is the round that if they lost it, it could really, really hurt them, and they probably lost the game.
Yeah, absolutely. We actually see a scout from Red Snake, and the other guys have pistol. I wonder if they're just pissed or something, buying random weapons. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I think at this point they probably thought, you know, we're not going much further. I think it's got to be said, though, it's an improvement on how they played against ESC. They only got 3 rounds in that game, so they got 6 at least here.
Yeah, and they started as T on train.
Yeah.
That's worth noting.
So we'll see if there are any more positives to come out of it. We'll see if this scout can do anything. Probably not. But in the end, Starix is just going to be on the center bomb site here, just spamming away at CRG while they're having a little kind of face-off with him. And in the end, Markelov is getting the kill, and then Starix rocks up. So that's going to make it 15 rounds to 6. And match point for the Ukrainians. So we'll just keep on the commentary for this round, and then I think I'll bring you in at the end for a summary. So let's see what they're going to do now. Na'Vi making it look very easy. They're playing at a nice leisurely pace. A very professional job. They haven't done anything too forceful, too aggressive. They haven't done anything too tactical. They have literally just relied on their superior individual skill, it seems, and Markelov in particular has stood out very well. And indeed, let's have a quick look and see how the frags are going. It's actually Edward that's at the top with 20 for 12, and it's Drone with the Bait Master with 14 for 16. Starix is going to get 1 kill, 2 kill, and for some reason Auto Director finds the the smoke deployment far more interesting than that, which that's one of the flaws of it. Sometimes it's not perfect.
It's still way better than in 1.6.
Oh yeah, I think it's great. I mean, it's the sign of the streams, isn't it? Like back in the day, it was turn auto director off, turn auto director off. Now it's turn auto director on. So it's definitely come a long way. Red Snake, the last man standing. No surprising Mark Love ripping his head off. It's GG's, and it's pretty much as expected. 16 rounds to 6, and there we go. Na'Vi have passed their first test, if you like.
Yeah, but sure. I mean, they haven't played a single